slow down for a second. All right, we have a wonderful program. Guys, be quiet. I have a wonderful program for you guys. We want to talk about some houses. All right, number one, I think you guys keep it down. We'll talk about the presentations and speakers are presenting the information, right? Number two, we're here for the duration of the program. So please understand, if you need to use the bathroom, there's somebody in the back that will be able to escort you. Other than that, you're here for the duration of the program. If this is your lunch period, lunch will be served for you at the conclusion of the event outside of the auditorium, right? All right. So my name is Mr. Woodlaw, School Council here. This is our second year doing the Symposium, and I'm excited because we have a powerful set of gentlemen right here that are going to give you guys some wonderful information that's going to enlighten you and motivate you for success. Right, guys? If I'm hearing you talking, I'm not talking. All right? So just so we can maximize our time, I'm not going to take too much time talking. I'm going to get started by introducing you to our ambassador, Seamus Jordan.
Good morning. I'm Seamus Jordan. You can call me Moose. Our first presenter completed his Lincoln High School journey with the graduating class of 1987. Mr. Jeter is a 24-year veteran of the Philadelphia Fire Department. He is currently assigned as the Operations Captain of the Philadelphia Fire Academy. Also, he's a Marine Corps veteran who served in Operations Desert Storm. Sir, we thank you for your service. Mr. Jeter is a proud father of 6 and a loving figure to his 4 grandchildren. He is a friend, son, and a mentor to many. His personal interests are real estate and stock investing, cryptocurrency, physical fitness, and taking time to read a good book. With his speech titled, Embrace the Grind, representing Real Splitter Nation, I present to you Mr. Robert Jeter.
Brothers, can y'all hear me? Yeah. I'm not going to use the mic. I don't think I need it. Everybody can hear me, correct?
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to thank Principal Nelson, Assistant Principal Green, Mr. Woodlaw for the opportunity to come back to my alma mater, Abraham Lincoln High School. But most of all, I want to thank them for the privilege and honor to be able to talk to you today. I don't have a lot of time, brothers, but what I'm going to talk to you about is a practice that I've implemented over the last 30 years that has proven successful for me. And that practice is embrace the grind. Embrace the grind means exactly this. The formal definition is embrace, which means to accept or support something willingly or unwillingly. The is the declarative article, and grind means to work hard, study, hard, dull work, to hustle. So when you put that together, embrace the grind means to accept, support hard, dull work, working or studying hard, hustling willingly and enthusiastically. So we got that out of the way. That's the formal definition, right? Everybody with me?
Yeah.
All right. My personal definition over these last 30 years is a little bit different. That means my personal definition is how I do anything is how I do everything. All right? How I do anything is how I do everything. So I give my all to anything, I got to give my all to everything. Everybody kind of understand that?
Yeah.
So for you, what it would be is, the way I started was, before I got to how I do everything, anything is how I do everything, I said I had to put what I want on the back burner. So what I said was, I put my needs before my wants. So that means if I have to do homework or I had to do studying compared to hanging out with my friends, I did what I had to do so I could do what I want to do. Everybody kind of understand that?
Yeah.
So homework comes first, studying comes first, then I handle my business with my friends. Now this embrace the grind. There's 3 operating principles in it. I want you guys to pay attention to this. The first is blame no one. Blame no one. All right, take ownership, leadership of your life. So you don't have nobody to blame, it's all on you. As you walk into your manhood, it's all on you, whether you like it or not. Everybody kind of understand that?
Yeah.
So the first is blame no one. The second is expect nothing. Expect nothing. Now you're saying, what does that mean? Expect nothing means mission accomplished. That's it. You getting done what you need to get done. You don't need any attaboys or pats on the back. You did what you needed to do. And anything that you get other than that is gravy. All right? Last is, the third principle is, do something. Brothers, right now you have the opportunity to be proactive in your development, in your transition into your 20s. So you got to put in that work now. Use all the resources that you have now. Be proactive in your development now. Because what you do in your teens is how you're going to be in your 20s. All right? So what we do is this. So we talked about our formal definition of embrace the grind. We talked about our personal definition of embrace the grind. And we talked about our 3 operational principles, correct?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, every day I have what I call a daily affirmation, right? Daily affirmation just means locking in for your day, all right? So in the morning, I do my daily affirmation, and I want y'all to help me out. I want to see if this resonates with you, all right? So I'm going to say my daily affirmation. As I say it, you're going to repeat after me. Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to wrap this up. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Brothers, listen, I heard y'all louder in the hallway than y'all are right now. So I'm asking, as alumni here, can we do that?
Yeah.
So repeat after me. I will be respectful, be responsible, be a positive contributor, be prepared to learn, be here, be ready. So brothers, that's my daily affirmation. Yours might be different, but you can borrow from that. So I'm gonna wrap it up like this. Once you put your daily affirmation together, your 3 operating principles together, you have your own personal definition of what embrace the grind is, and then you have your formal, what it means. So when you put that all together and you're working and you embrace the grind, what ends up happening is this. People start to know changes in you because you're organized. So your friends, mother, father, everybody, sister, brother is going to come up to you and they're going to want to know what's different about you, right? If you're embracing the grind, they're going to ask you what's going on with you. You're different. Don't get all explaining everything, just smile at it. And just say, listen, I'm just embracing my grind. That's my time, guys. I thank you.
Embrace the grind, your needs over your wants. Who plays PlayStation when they get home or Xbox? Raise your hand. Who gets online and stay on the gram or call their shorty? Who does that? Raise your hand. And it's a movie, right? What Mr. Jeter is talking about is being aware that a lot of those activities are actually, in my opinion, time wasters. You have a finite set of time, and you don't want to waste that time doing things that's not going to get you to the next level. All right? So keep that in mind. We're going to go to our next presenter. I'm going to pull the next ambassador, Ronald, and he's going to introduce for you.
time to communicate with them to help you gain an understanding of the quality of life. Some of the key values instilled in him are integrity, honor, and charity. He is a firm believer in the mantra that it takes a village to raise a child. Mr. Henderson is a photojournalist producing segments for some of the top news anchors in the city. According to one of his peers, he is a videographer who is committed to his craft with a great eye for interesting angles, in addition to shot selection, which helps a producer best tell a story. He is also relentless in his pursuit of getting the shots he knows a producer or reporter will need to tell a story, no matter how tight the deadline, and he always delivers on time. With his speech, Do You Have a Plan? Representing Girls Glitter Nation, I present to you, Mr. Kenyatta Henderson.
Good morning. I'm going to say it one more time. Good morning. I need everybody got their lookies on. Take their lookies off. I like to look at their faces.
Put these off, guys. Come on.
My man right here, right? Can you take your hoodie off?
You.
Still got your hoodie on. What I'm going to talk about is living with a creed. Okay? Who knows what a creed is? What's a creed? Stand up. What is a creed? Hold on, come here. A boxer? No, that's not a creed. Living by a creed is guidelines which you use in life. I'm going to give you 3 of my values from what I've been through that I pretty much hold on to, and it's integrity, honesty, and love. Integrity is about standing steadfast on your beliefs. Number 1, to be successful. You take your hoodie off, please.
Take this shit off.
When you hold on to a belief, you move your life differently. Can you take your hoodie off, please? Thank you. Yes, you. What I'm trying to show you is that I need to see your faces. It's time to shine. When you get in this world, we don't want to see your hoodies, we want to see your face. You want to see your blood. Can you take your hoodie off, please? Now back to integrity. Integrity is that belief in something to grow. I believe in you, but you gotta believe in yourself. Because you are our future leaders. I depend on you to get the best out of yourself. The second thing is honor. And one of the things why I'm standing here today is because I'm an honorable person. I demand respect. And you travel a way of life where you instill certain things and values in your life. And you walk to show that and look at certain things in certain ways. That respect is given. The third thing is love. Self-love. When you love yourself, it propels you to move forward in a way that is spreads out towards everybody around you. that what you can give changes tomorrow. So when I say you need to live by a creed, it's a guideline of what you do in life from this point forward. I'm a photojournalist for Fox 29. I pull up to LOT. There's homicides every day. I need you guys to understand when you walk out these doors that you need to walk with integrity, with honor, and love to change what is going on right now. I need you to look at yourself and look at the person next to you and say, I got your back. You laugh, but you gotta understand that the person that you sit next to, the person that you deal with in life is part of your village. So if you walk in a way that you're structured with values and morals, they will walk with you in the same way. To the point where you will look at each other and say, you did it. I'm your brother. You're here with me. We drew together. So, let's have 30 seconds. I need everybody to look at each other and make a pact to say, I'm going to move forward in life in a way that is meaningful, that you're going to be devoted, driven, and determined to succeed. And I need each person to build some sort of creed that they want to live life. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're talking about having a creed, having one routine. You wake up in the morning and have the same things that they do every morning until you get to school. What do you do every morning? Yeah, what's your routine in the morning? Good job. Mr. Bennett, meet A.P. Green in the back of the auditorium. Repeat that again real fast.
So I wake up, wash my face, brush my teeth, hop in the shower, make some breakfast.
Got it. He said you get up, wash, eat breakfast, get to school, right? What about in the evening time? What's your evening routine? Somebody said go home and do your homework. Absolutely. So guys, you got to absolutely have something that you do on a daily. These gentlemen right here are talking about setting the stage for the next chapters in your life, right? A lot of things right now is fun and games, and you're not really taking things as serious as you will once you get a little older. But it's very, very important that you take and digest this information that's coming to you now, so that way when you hit the real world, you'll be able to be successful and go to the next level, right? All right, the next ambassador is Jalil. A round of applause.
Our next presenter completed his Lincoln High School career journey. His Lincoln High School journey was graduating class in 1988. I am proud to announce that in September 2021, Dr. Frank Kramer was hired as Deputy Commissioner of Health at the Philadelphia Department of Public Health. Before his role as Deputy Commissioner, Dr. Kramer served as the Director of Epidemiology, Analytics,
How's everyone feeling out there this morning? All right? Good. So, I was asked to think about how to help you guys think about navigating obstacles or overcome obstacles. So often I am asked, Dr. Franklin, how did you get to be successful? Or how did you get to do this and how did you get to do that? And I find even when I'm preparing for talks like this, I'm at a loss, right? Because I don't really think of myself as being successful. I think of life as sort of navigating obstacles, navigating the no to a yes. I'm out here just working every day trying to make it happen. Like Mr. Peter said, embracing the grind. So you don't really think of yourself as sort of being successful, just keep your nose down and going to work. But I realized I need to get y'all a little bit more than that. So I thought about 4 things that I often lean on to help me get through to where, from that seat to this stage, and hopefully to the next 5, 10, 15 years as the journey goes on. So there are 4 things. The first thing is you gotta have vision. What do I mean when I say vision? You have to see yourself beyond where you come from and beyond where you are. Often, when you have an aspiration to do something professionally, you'll come across a lot of people who can't see your vision. Right? How you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? For instance, I guess you can tell I've been in school for a long time, so my friends all over mine. And I'm constantly asking, why don't you go to law school? Why don't you go to get a doctor? Why don't you do this? But I have to see the vision, right? I have to see myself where others cannot see. So you have to have the vision of what you want to do, how you want to spend your life, regardless if other people can't see it. The next thing is, you have this vision. You have to have execution, right? And what do I mean when I say execution? I had the opportunity last week to go to Pickett Charter Master's School to do a career day, and I'm here today. And when you ask students, or when I talk to young people, I ask them, what are you doing? You have this vision, you say you want to do this, you want to do that. So what are you doing on a daily basis to do that? What does that look like? You have to live your vision every day, right? When you have this vision, you may not know how to get there, but that's okay. Part of the journey is figuring it out. There's no rubric, there's no reading instructions, there's not a just add water and stir. You say you want to be this thing. I said I wanted to be a doctor. I had no idea how I was going to make that happen. Part of the journey was figuring that out. No one can figure it out for you. You have to figure it out for yourself. I'm not the only doctor, I'm not the first doctor, I'm not going to be the last doctor. But everyone has a different journey to becoming that doctor, or physician, or police officer, whatever your end goal is. An entrepreneur. Many entrepreneurs, everybody's journey is different. But you have to live it every day. You have to put everything you do through that lens so you don't forget about it and get off track. So you have a vision, you have an execution. Then I have this thing that I say to all my students. Your job is to become a mobile commodity. What do I mean by mobile commodity? That means you have to always create more options than you need. It's like Jay-Z says, I'm not a businessman, I am a businessman. So wherever you go, your value is not tied to a building, it's not tied to a job, it is not tied to a particular city. And part of being a mobile commodity is, if you have this vision and you have the execution, then you will start being prepared to meet the opportunities that come before you. If you're not prepared to meet the opportunities, you can't be a mobile commodity. If you don't make surround yourself with mentors, people who can take you where you want to go. So that's it. Vision, execution, mobile commodity, and mentors. Can y'all say that with me? Vision, execution, mobile commodity, mentors. You always have to be prepared to meet the opportunity that comes before you. You're not always going to be able to see it. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate your time.
Wow, guys, you guys are really, really fortunate to be here today because you get some powerful, powerful messages. For resonating with you, both sides of this presentation speeches, surrounding yourself with people that has less to lose than you. Think about it. What does that mean? Can I get somebody to break that down for me? 30 seconds, one person. What does it mean to avoid those that have less to lose than you? Right here. You. What does it mean to avoid those that has less to lose than you? They can drag you down. I was a celebrity youth counselor for many years before I became a school counselor. And one of the things that I learned in the drug and alcohol room was somebody can pull you down faster than you can pull them up. So be mindful of those people that you hang around and surround yourself. Right? Our next ambassador is Gio. He's going to introduce our final presenter.
Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah. All right, man. Our final presenter and keynote speaker completed his Lincoln High School journey with the graduating class of 1986. Sitting to the right of me is Mr. Reginald Brown. Mr. Reginald Brown is an industry pioneer recognized for developing the ETF, Extended Trade Fund industry. From its early inception to today, more than 7,000 ETFs are traded globally. In the 2014 cover story, Bloomberg Markets proclaimed him as Mr. ETF. Mr. Brown is currently a principal at GTS, an automated global market maker and a leading market maker on the floor of New York Stock Exchange. In this role at GTS, he directs the strategy, vision, and customer engagement of the GTS customer businesses within the strategy and partnership with GTS Execution Services, LLC. Mr. Brown has over 36 years of experience in equity derivatives, market making, and client management, helping clients build and grow their businesses. He has advised dozens of institutional asset managers on the delivery of investment products to the marketplace. Prior to GTS, Mr. Brown was a senior manager director and co-head at the ETF group of Kennedy Fitzgerald & Co., and has held a senior leadership roles at New Edge USA and O'Connor Associates. Mr. Brown earned his bachelor's degrees in business administration from LaSalle University, where he currently serves as a trustee and an executive committee member. Mr. Brown also serves as the independent trustee for American Century of Kansas City and currently serves as chairman of the ETF board. In addition to his extensive industry service, Mr. Brown serves a number of nonprofit boards largely centered in arts. Currently, he is the vice chair of the museum board and chair of board of governors of the Art College at the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts. Mr. Brown is a chairman of the board of directors at Creative Capital Foundation in New York. With his presentation titled The Playbook, I present to you Mr. Reginald Brown.
Hello, everyone. Is this on? Hey, how's it going? I'd like to say first, I'm here because Assistant Vice Principal Green, who is my classmate
at Lincoln invited me here to speak today. I would like for everyone here to give a round of applause to the 3 previous speakers. Round of applause. By a show of hands, who's 15 years old? Who's 15? 15. All right, I'm gonna call on you in a second. I have some slides to go through, and you'll see some connecting themes that was previously spoken here today. The 4 of us are here for one reason alone. We have agape love for you. We sat in these seats. It wasn't this physical auditorium. It looks totally different when I was in high school. But we're here. We want to share our love for you, share our knowledge of life, and what it was like to be sitting in those seats to today in our careers. That's why we're here. And so when we're sharing our knowledge, what we're asking for is to pay attention. There are some things that you may recall from my presentation 10 years from now. I started my road to my job when I was 15. That's what I asked you to do, raise your hand. I was 15 when I began my journey on Wall Street. It started at 1900 and Market Street at the Philadelphia Stock Exchange. But before I go too further, let's start some slides, because I want to share some knowledge with you. So, I want to talk about the playbook of life. The playbook, right there. You're talking. Listen to me. The playbook in life is basically how to sketch your life around a set of principles. You heard that a minute ago. But how to execute. Next slide, please. I would like to ask you your life purpose. At 11, I was introduced to buying stocks by my grandmother. My life purpose was centered around investing money. I started making phone calls at 12 to buy stocks. Anyone here Boy Scout? Boy Scout. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, gifted, brave, clean, and reverent. You guys may think that's corny. Boy Scouts, when I became an Eagle Scout, paved my road through the Union League of Philadelphia to start my journey at 15. Don't discount my words. Life purpose. Your life purpose consists of central motivating aims for your life. The reasons why you get up in the morning. Purpose can guide your life decisions, influence behavior, shape your goals, offer a sense of direction, and create meaning. For some people, a life purpose is connected to a vocation. What do you want to do? Whether you're a welder, whether you want to be a welder, a auto mechanic, a scientist, a lawyer, teacher, that's all part of life purpose. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Herman was like that in high school too, just so you know. But listen, when you talk about purpose, how do you do it? You want to read. You want to consume information. You want to talk to others that have similar goals. And more importantly, you want to create an advocate for yourself. Ask someone to help you along the way. It's about mindset. When you believe that you're on a journey to go forward, you have to make sure you have the best attitude. Attitude shapes a mindset. Your behavior shapes mindset. When you have the best behavior, creating a plan of action leads to successful outcomes. Those are the elements. Now your teachers always talk to you all the time around attitude, having proper behavior, having correct actions. Those are the building blocks to success. Next slide. You heard the word integrity. Well, here's my slide, integrity. Honesty, character, knowledgeable, moral values. What's the central thing that drives you from a moral compass? If you see one of your friends doing something you know inherently is incorrect, that will lead you down a wrong path, that momentary decision may shape the rest of your life. Don't discount that. There was when I was in high school here, there were a set of kids that were weed heads. One's now dead, one went to jail, and the rest didn't have great lives for the balance of their lives. They had a poor compass that centered them. Momentary decisions lead to long-term outcomes that could be negative for you. Next slide. Thus, you got to change old habits. And you need to create new habits. These are the building blocks to be successful in life. It's about creating proper habits. You heard the creed earlier. Having a personal creed helps center who you are. It helps to allow you to be grateful of things you have and help plot the future for things you want and need. Next slide. In order to do that, you must be physically fit. Your body is your temple. And when you have good physical health, it allows you to have clarity of mind, health of body, and allows you to go through challenges. You know, I think it was 4 years ago, I went to a funeral of a classmate, a Lincoln High School classmate. He died. He died in his sleep. And one of the things that I focused on when I went to his funeral was the year he was born. I was like, we share the same birth year. That was impactful to me. Now, I'm married to a doctor. My wife went to Girls High. She went to Temple. She's a cardiologist. Her mom taught at Gratz. And I can tell you that, first of all, I'm in Philadelphia. I'm born and bred in Philadelphia. What's the bus called here? It's not the Y bus any longer, right? The 70?
It's whatever the Y.
It's
whatever the Y was.
Whatever it was. When I left high school, I caught the Y bus to Fern Rock. I lived in Germantown. I was in ROTC here. I played football here. I was a lifeguard. I did all the things here, and I played football. I didn't play my senior year because I was working. And I say all this, in order to be successful, you gotta treat your body right. No smoking, no drinking, you gotta eat healthy. Because if you want a long life, you gotta have a good body. And I can tell you that in my class year of '86, people were starting to die about 10 years ago. It's real, it's a material thing. You gotta have a good health. Next slide. These are building blocks to a successful life. Your attributes. Now look, I'm 6'5". I'm a black dude. I embrace that. And I say this in a way, not negative, and many times I'm the only African American in the room. And they don't know that I'm the boss, that I'm the owner. I tell people the winning attribute is me. I own you because you think of something of me other than what I am. Yes, I'm a pioneer. Yes, I've contributed to my industry. Yes, I've launched Vanguard in Europe. Yes, I've helped BlackRock. Yes, I've helped all these companies succeed in their business plans. I'm the cog. But yet, when people see me, they think of something else. They don't know that I own it. And so, what are your winning attributes? Curly hair, you wear braces, you have freckles, you're tall, you're short, you're fat. You have a winning skill. Play to your strengths. That's a winning attribute. When you tell someone your story, you create interest. Don't hide what makes you special. Embrace it. Next slide, please. Enthusiasm. The first thing that I recognize when I talk to someone who wants to get a job working for me is their enthusiasm. And then I understand, and then I go into what are they about? Are they knowledgeable? Who are they? When you express enthusiasm for who you are, you create interest. This is a building block. Embrace who you are, love who you are, and convey who you are. Enthusiasm is a very important attribute in your character. Next slide. It's about relationships. It's who you know. It's who can help you, who you help. You're not going to go through this life without help. As you meet people, tell your story. Create relationships. You need two people in your lives at all times, no matter what you do. You need a supporter and you need an advocate. You need someone to say, you can continue on in doing this, that's a supporter, and you need an advocate to help you go to the next slide, no matter what you want to do in your life. I got 4 kids. My young son is 17, he's a senior in high school. He's a senior in high school on Martha's Vineyard. My wife's a doctor, she runs cardiology, and she lives on Martha's Vineyard with our youngest son, and she comes back and forth to Pennsylvania every weekend, or I go back up there. My young son wants to go into the auto trade. Through my relationships, he will have a training program, and he'll come out of the training program, and his starting salary in a year will be $65,000 a year. Through a relationship, what we have planned for him, in 3 years, he'll probably be making $150,000 a year. It's about relationships. It's about filling the gap. It's about finding the opportunity set from areas in which you do not know. You need help. My daughter just graduated she went to USC, she went to Thomas Jefferson, she's a scientist. My other son, he wants to go to law school. And my other son does audio visual for the convention centers. It's about relationships. Next slide, please. You gotta graduate. Please, you gotta graduate. I'm a trustee of LaSalle University. Some of you guys may be participating in a program called LEAP. I designed that. As a trustee of LaSalle University, which is a Catholic university at Broad and Olney, or on Olney Street, I see all the time. College is just one part of the component. Either you go to trade school, whether you go to some other higher learning stage, or you go to college. But you gotta train your mind. And there's free money out there for all of you guys. You gotta go just get it. Or whether you go to the military. You gotta do something in your lives to take you to the next step. I wish I had more time, because I would tell you how to be a millionaire within 17 years. But I don't have time for that discussion. But you gotta graduate from high school. You gotta graduate from other areas to train your mind. That's very important. Next slide. One of the things I do, I actually advise world governments on their stock market system. Right now, I'm going to be the broker of record for all the brokers in Jamaica coming to the United States. You know, when that landed in my lap, I discounted that opportunity, but guess what? I'm going to Jamaica. In the United States, it's not perfect. It has problems, but you have to be a citizen, an active citizen of this great country. And I can tell you, I've been around the world, I've seen it all, I did some work in China, I know good and bad. This country offers the opportunities like no other. If you're smart, if you have an idea, you can make all the money and keep it. You gotta love America. And I say that in a way because being part of capital formation of companies on the New York Stock Exchange, I've seen the best of it, and seeing racism, I've seen the worst of it. But I can tell you that the opportunities of being American are like no other. Next slide. No matter where you start, I can tell you the road looks like this. Rain clouds, pitfalls, scraped knees, broken bones, joy, happiness, victory, success, and failure. You gotta break a knee, or you gotta skin a knee, break a bone, learn from it in order to be successful. Nothing comes free. And I tell you this from the bottom of my heart. I've experienced it all. Victory, success, failure, sideways, upside, lots of money, you name it, I've experienced it. It looks like this. The road is never straight. Next slide. I told you at 15 I went to Wall Street. I'm still there. You can Google my name. I have all kinds of social media around it. It started in these seats at 15 years old. My story can be yours, but you gotta start in a way that's meaningful. Last slide. Does this work? It doesn't work. I had a video of clouds and sunshine, and it's a there. Can you play the video? Oh man, come on, I play for this thing. But seriously, I'm just like you. My mom, I was in a single parent household. I lived in West Oak Lane. I now live in Bucks County. I have real estate around the world. This is available to anyone who wants to work hard, who has a vision, who wants to be methodical in how they order their lives. I'm just like you. I sat in these chairs, I took the bus, I didn't have a car until I was 23. And guess what? I'm here to share my knowledge around all the things that happen in my life, but it can happen for you based on hard work. And this is my testimony to you because I want you to be successful just like I sat in these chairs 36 years ago. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it. And I wish you guys best success. Go out there and just kill it in life.
All right, guys, we got a couple minutes left. I just want to say a couple things, right? The theme of this symposium/presentation format, guys, hold up. The theme of this year was I got your back. As your school counselor, the one thing I pride myself on doing is being able to relate to you and meet you where you're at. I remember what it was like when I was 15 years old. Most of the things I went through on my own. My dad wasn't around too much. My mom worked all the time. It was just me and my little sister. We're 3 years apart from each other. And I did all the cooking in the house. I cleaned the house. I pretty much raised my sister, but nobody was really there to help me out. What about Roz? I looked to my friends. Guys, I'm talking. I looked to my friends for support, but a lot of them were doing things I didn't really want to do. A lot of them were selling drugs, a lot of them were just running the streets. And I knew at home I had my little sister, so I didn't want to get caught up. I looked for my old heads. Where were they at? A lot of them were doing the same exact things that my friends were doing. And my fear was I was going to get caught up in that whole matrix and wind up doing what they're doing. I wouldn't be there for my sister. I wouldn't be there for my mom. I wouldn't be there for my dad. When I was 16 years old, my person that I knew very, very personally died. They were on True Avenue, going to this pharmacy to go to a Sheltham Avenue. Long story short, they were planning to rob this convenience store. The owner of the store had a gun, and unfortunately, one of my best friends passed that day. That was the moment that I knew I had to make a change in my life. I got myself together, and I always just wanted to get to the next level, but I didn't know how. Years later, a good friend of mine, his father, he stepped in and gave me a lot of encouragement and gave me some tools which these gentlemen right here gave you guys to get to the next level. What I heard was, hey, yo, chill guys. What I heard was this: drop those people that's not really about your upward mobility. Because most people in your life right now, they really don't care about what you got going on. They all about themselves. Number two, have a creed, have a mantra. Find that thing within you that's going to get you to the next level. When I see you guys in the hallways, I don't say much because you're with your friends. But when I get a chance to pull you to the side, what I definitely do is I pull your coattail on what I see. And what I do know, the ones I have built a relationship with, most of you guys in here are stepping your game up, so I give you kudos. I always wanted to go to that next level in life, but I didn't know how. And I hope by what you guys heard today, you'll take what you heard and utilize it, digest it, and put a plan in action to get to that next level. It may not happen today. It may not happen today, but somebody said it'll kick in years from now. You'll remember this presentation. You'll remember what Mr. Jeter said, or Mr. Henderson, or Dr. Franklin, or Mr. Brown. You'll remember something they said, and it's going to resonate with your spirit, and you will, I believe it, make that change to go to the next level, all right? You're only one decision away from making the wrong step. One decision. And I don't want you guys to make that decision that's going to take you down. I'm Mr. Warlaw, I got your back. Mr. Jeter, he has your back. Mr. Henderson, he has your back. Dr. Franklin has your back. Mr. Reginald Brown has your back. Any other alumni in this room, please raise your hand. Could you please just state your name real fast? What's your name, brother?
Herman Davis.
Herman Davis, class up.
88.
Class up, 88. Come on, Rob, hit him. What class?
My name is Robert Holman, I'm class of 87.
87.
And
Ed Hall, class of 67.
Class of 1967. All right? Mike.
My name is Michael. I'm class of 2020.
nice.
All right? And I know we have another alumni in Michael's class in the back. His name is Justice, class of 2020. These guys have came here today to give back to you because they want you guys to go to the next level, all right? Take what they said, digest it, mull it over in your head, all right? And do the best you can in life, all right? I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you for giving